Hello and welcome to another edition of Saddlers TV. We're here at the club's Essington training ground in the run-up to our game with Coventry City, and I have two defenders alongside me, Jason McCarthy and Kevin Toner, the two men who will be grilled with my questioning for tonight's show. Lads, thanks for joining me on the sofas for today's show. Jason, if I can come to you first, second lowest spell of your career, how are you settling into life as a saddler?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Obviously the last month's been brilliant. We've really started to hit some really good form now, but no, yeah, to play in this team, it's great. We play really nice, attractive football, so you enjoy every game really, and the staff are great to work with as well. Gaffer's shown great faith in me, playing me every minute so far, so I'm really enjoying it.
Played a lot of games for Wycombe last year in that first loan spell. How does life in League One differ? You've obviously made that jump up the division now.
Yeah, it's definitely a step up. I think it's a step up in quality, definitely, and in this side you play really good football, really technical football, so that aspect of it I really enjoyed. But no, I'm enjoying the step up, I'm enjoying the challenge, and it's a great place to come in and do your work every day, so yeah.
It's always interesting from my point of view when we look at players. We've just had a signing, we have to do a little bit of research on you all. And there were so many messages from Wycombe fans saying, "Oh, fantastic player, will be your best defender next year." Sorry, mate. He'll be your best defender next year. You had a fantastic relationship with them. And then this season, we trawl through all the photographs after games, and you're like the passion-filled celebration amongst it all. It comes from you. But yeah. How important do you think it is to have that relationship with fans? Because you seem to have a great relationship with the Wycombe fans as well.
Yeah, I think it is really important. Obviously, without fans, football wouldn't exist. So. Yeah, that's sort of part of my game as well. I'm very passionate, so I can't really hide that. When you score or whatever, I always like to be first there and get in the pictures and all that as well. But no, to be fair, I had a great rapport with the Wycombe fans. They're brilliant, and to get their support as player was something I was really proud of at the end of the year. And yeah, like I said, I had a great rapport with them, and I think with the Walsall fans as well, starting to get that now as well. So yeah. I think it's a massive part of it, the fans and players' connection.
I think it might have been the last minute winner against Shrewsbury when you ended up in the goal, screaming and shouting and grabbing onto the net. Kev, it's been a similar story for you. This is your second loan spell as well. How are you settling into life at Walsall?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I'm straight in, and as soon as I come in, I was playing games, and I've played most of the games, or nearly every game since I've been here. So I'm happy.
I think when we first spoke to you, I mentioned how you'd already played matches at the Bankses anyway.
Yeah.
With Villa's development size, did it help you perhaps ease in a little bit easier? It's not a couple of junctions down the M6, isn't it?
Yeah, it's literally only about 10-15 minutes from my house, so it's grand. But now it does help, seeing as you play all our 21s games there. You know the stadium, you know your way around, and you just know what it's like.
We obviously done a behind-the-scenes Saddlers TV for our trip to Gillingham. Now, you're part of the little cards group at the back of the bus that seems to be emerging. Does it help when there's a clutch of youngsters, late teens, early 20s, like yourself, when you come into a new club, does it make it a bit easier to bed in? Yeah,
100%, yeah, because you just you get in with all the lads, and they already know what's going on around here, how everything works, or the usual. But now, when you get in with all the boys now, it is go crack it down the back of the bus.
I think you got involved in the cards game, didn't we?
Yeah, there's a lot of cheating going on, so I've sort of differed back out.
It's only the people who are bad at the game that say that, so.
There is a lot of cheating going on, especially with Ammo and Corey.
I was going to say, it seems a bit competitive. Who's the ones to look out for in that card group at the back? Because Joe Edwards described it as the worst card school he's ever seen.
I don't know, that's a bit harsh, that. But,
yeah, it is.
Kev's pretty decent, to be fair.
He's a solid member.
He's a good liar.
But it's a bluffing game, isn't it? So that's a worry.
Yeah.
You have all the good lawyers down the way.
I'm learning.
I want to get back to football and talk about the academy system. You both came through from big clubs through the academy system. How different is it, Kev, when you come into league football, which you've experienced this year, when you look back at the games you may have played for Villa under 21s to what you're playing now week in, week out? How big a gulf is that?
Yeah, even just a complete different atmosphere. You're going in, and it's not always about playing football. It's about winning. There's people's jobs on the line, and people have to pay bills. So you have to make sure that you're literally at it every week in, week out.
You both had loan spells now. Is it something you'd recommend, Jace, to players? You still be in touch with players back at Southampton, young boys coming through. Is it something you recommend them to go out and do and gain that first team experience, having been the beneficiary of it twice now? Yeah,
definitely. I think all them boys that I think about, I'm not sure whether they flirted with the first team or they're just in the 21s playing. You've got to experience it. You've got, like Kev said, you've got to experience them pressures of people's jobs are on the line, and you know, people that have got to pay bills, that's some people's motivation. So, you know, I was at a stage where I was like, I had offers and these, I wasn't sure whether that was the right step for me, but it's the best thing I've ever done. You know, it's given me such a platform to go from, and my career is like on the up, and I just want to keep it going like that. But yeah, it's the best thing for young players to do, to go and experience that pressure and that how important winning is really.
Is it a conscious decision on your part as well, Kev, to come out on loan, and is that the route that you see yourself going?
Yeah, I had to do it because I didn't want to be just one of them players because I played a bit last season. I didn't want to just people think, oh, I'm getting a chance just because others aren't doing the best. Like, so I wanted to come out and prove that I can play week in, week out and play good football. Like,
one of the criticisms, Jace, that under 21s and now under 23 football gets is the lack of competitiveness, very sideways football, not that intense. Did you find that? Did you go along with that, or is there more to it?
It's difficult because obviously you get these games and there's sometimes like players coming down from the first team who are unhappy, you know, who just aren't really bothered, and you know they've played in front of 80,000 people. Then you've got like 200, 300 people on a Monday night. So the motivation levels sometimes can be, you know, quite low. So sometimes that's why the tempo does come down with it. But it's just one of them things. I think every player has to go through that stage, you know. But I don't think more than a season or two. I think that's your tops, and I think it's time for you to then move on and try and, you know, progress. And whether that's out on loan or, you know, trying to get into the first team, whatever that is, you know, I think if you stay in that age group too long, you know, you can go backwards.
Especially from a young player's point of view, because like you say, when you've got pros dropping down into that under 21s football whose motivation isn't there, for a young player and a youth team player who gets that chance, I mean, it's almost the opposite ends of the spectrum. You're so much looking forward to going out there and playing with these pros. Is that quite a frustrating aspect to under 21s football?
Yeah, I think so. And I think, like you said, these players have played in massive games before, and they come down and playing again in these under 23 games, and they're just not motivated, you know. And it's a difficult one because then you've got the young boys coming up from under 18s, they're trying to impress, so you've got it's different levels, like, and it's sometimes you just can't get like a team ethos going and stuff like that, so it is difficult.
Do you go along with that, Kev? Captained Villa in the 21 side under Kevin McDonald. How difficult can it be sometimes?
yeah, well, if you're having a good run of games, like you're going, say you're playing week in, week out, all of a sudden the first team manager decides that someone needs minutes to come back from injury, he could play for the next 3 weeks. You could be on the best run of your life, but you're not playing, so you've no choice. Like, you can't, it's not as if you can go in and say, oh, why aren't I playing? Because you know why you're not playing, but there's nothing you can do about it. Like.
Yeah, a bit helpless. When did you hear then of Walsall's interest? I'll come to you, Jason, after. When you heard of Walsall's interest, how big a decision was that to come to Walsall on loan?
I was delighted, yeah. As soon as I heard, because I wanted to get out, I always, like, if I knew if I wasn't really going to be even in and around, I said I want to make sure that I'm going out and playing football. And then as soon as I heard Walsall, like, there was a few other teams as well, but it's literally local as well, so I was delighted.
And Jace, for you, same sort of thing, spoke to the gaffer and didn't have to do much more thinking?
Definitely, really, yeah, the same. Off the back end of last season, I had a few options in this league, but you know, I knew how well the team done last season, and to be fair, I came and the gaffer really impressed me, and the staff did as well, and the whole setup here, and I've heard it was a really good family, communal club, and I got that vibe straight away. So yeah, it was a no-brainer for me, definitely, and I'm really enjoying it.
On to this season, Cov on Saturday, bit of a good run of form at the minute. I think it's 1 defeat in 9, no losses in 5, confidence pretty high in the camp at the minute.
Yeah, definitely. For them, obviously, they're on a good run, obviously, since the change of manager. But like we've been doing the last couple of weeks, we've not really tried to focus too much on the opposition. We've just been worrying about what we're doing come match day, and that's been really working for us. So it'll be the same again this weekend. We know that if we perform on our day, that not many teams in this league will get near us. So it'll be the same again for Saturday. We're looking to try and perform how we did on Saturday against Swindon. We were brilliant, weren't we? So, you know, same again this weekend, really. Was that as comfortable a performance as you've probably experienced since you've been here against Swindon on Saturday? Yeah, it was a solid performance from everyone. Like, I think from literally from front to back, everyone worked from 90 minutes. And obviously, it helped he getting a goal
I don't even a good few yards out anyways. Like when you have people in your team that can do stuff like that, it just makes it so much easier as well. So
that is one of my next questions really. We just saw it obviously before he went home and he was saying how your pass made the goal, but I know what you're going to say.
The run.
The
run did make the goal as well.
I didn't know you could hit the ball that far.
No,
did you?
That was my next line. I didn't know you had that range of passing in you.
I was on FIFA the night before, so I just thought I'd give it a bash.
Another clean sheet though. It must be pleasing to keep a former Villa player in Nathan D'Alfonso quiet as well at the weekend.
Yeah, no, I was delighted, and I have to say it was a help as well from Jimmy beside me. So I love playing with him. So I was happy.
I'm going to touch upon that experience and your aggressive nature of defending in the second part of the programme. Don't go anywhere, of course, tweet us on Saddlers TV, use the hashtag Saddlers TV. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the second part of Saddlers TV. I've got Jason McCarthy and Kevin Toner alongside me. Before the break, we were talking a little bit about your aggressive style, throwback nature of being a centre-half. Now, you clashed with George Dobson at West Ham last year, I think it's about 6 months ago now, at Villa Park in an under-21s game. We thought we'd bury the hatchet, let bygones be bygones. So take a look at what happened when Kevin and George sat through the video themselves.
So look, firstly, right, this is all right. Heavy touch from Kev.
Bad touch.
Then he's waited for me to come, so he's already an angry man. And then the second one, he's gone straight over the ball. He's tried to break his leg.
No chance.
And then
under the ball.
I've reacted.
Under the ball.
I've reacted and come in.
There's no way it's a red anyways. The ball's gone out for a throw.
It was a red.
No way.
I think it was the right decision.
The ball's gone out for a throw.
And then your mates come over and absolutely gave me a dead leg. Come and kneed me off the ball.
The boys that went and backed me up.
Started again, didn't it, in a minute?
Yeah, after this. Oh, who else? College starts, I think. He slaps him there or something.
He stops and then something there it goes. Is that you again? No, that's that little eight. He's the one who needs me. And then it all goes again. To be fair, you headbutted me as well.
Oh, well, held me grounds.
Vicious.
You ran into me.
It's that Irish in you.
I thought it was 2 good tackles.
To be fair, it worked out well for me. Kev got sent off. I didn't. So
I was 2 good tackles. We got the win, 3-2. Can't go wrong.
He's tried to hurt me. Yeah, go on, get off, Kev. See you later, mate.
Chilled on the sideline. Let the boys make it a game, 10 men.
Look at him go.
Got a little clap as well.
Yeah, all the fans were buzzing.
They were loving it.
Weren't they? Look at him, long walk, son.
Kev, watching that back, are you still adamant that it was a harsh red card?
100%, yeah. I tried to appeal it and all, but I wasn't allowed.
You wasn't allowed to appeal it?
No, so they just said, oh, don't be stupid, you can't appeal that. But especially when it gets so viral as well, and after there's 2 teams, everyone's running at each other. But now it's good to see in football because it still shows that there is passion as well. So everyone's not just there to be all the passing and all that, just everyone's there to try win the game as well.
I think you got a few nice messages from supporters as well, didn't you, following that? Just because the young players, they wanted to see that passion, that fight.
Yeah, well, especially with the first team not doing so well, they wanted to see someone somewhere doing something, and I think the 21s did show that night.
As George said, he felt like you waited for him to get near the ball before you made the tackle. Is there anything in there?
No, it's obviously you want to win the ball, but yeah, sometimes you do want to make contact. But now I still thought there were 2 good tackles.
When you first turned up here, talk me through. Did you know George Dobson was here? Did you know it was him from the game?
Yeah.
So when was the first time you saw George when you came in?
Literally as soon as I walked in, and then I just went down and just said hi because I knew Liam could tell it as well, just from when I was younger playing for Ireland. And so I just went into the dressing room, ended up sitting beside him.
No way.
I swear to God. So yeah, then obviously I said hi to Jay, and then he was making a bit of a bigger deal than I was.
Was you winding them both?
I was stirring it a bit, yeah.
But having seen it again, I mean, it's clear you can see you can both have a laugh about it now.
Yeah.
You both were quite happy just to let it go.
Yeah.
And move on with it, which is good. Jace, I just want to go back to that under-21s and academy stuff. Who would you back in the mouthpiece? Who would you back in a fight between George, the mouthpiece, Dobson, and Kev? Because it was quite a clash there.
Definitely my man, Kevin. Definitely.
Like the hair.
Yeah, definitely. But I think you could see on the tape anyway, like Dobbo got nervous and he went somewhere else. Like, Kev was still right in it, definitely Kev, yeah, definitely.
Let's talk about making your Premier League debuts, because it's amazing for me that you've both made your Premier League debuts at such a young age. Interesting here, you both replaced pretty decent players. Jace, you replaced Nathaniel Klein at Crystal Palace a couple of years ago. Kev, Micah Richards as well, which is pretty good players to come on for, I think. But Jace, what was that must have been like as a Southampton born and bred lad, and to come up through the academy and then finally make your debut at the highest level? It must have been probably your proudest moment.
It was crazy. It was pretty mad. Yeah, it's that whole sort of 15 minutes of when it happened, and you know, coming up the line as well and getting told, it is pretty crazy. Like, it's what you dream of, and when you're on the pitch, it all goes so quickly, and you know, you've got all that emotion going through, you know, that hard work and all that, you know, thinking about it, you know, will it happen?
Yeah.
And it happens. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, I was a very proud day for my family, probably like the most memorable, you know, and yeah, to replace such a good player, Nathaniel Klein, you know, you see how well he's doing now as well. So yeah, it was a really proud moment for me.
So did you not know until the game was going on that you was going to come on? You hadn't had a shout or anything like that?
No, he'd gone down with a knock, and then I was warming up, and then he stayed on, and they had a corner, and they scored the corner.
Right.
Yeah, and then yeah, they came off, and then I came on, so the fans were up and stuff.
Yeah.
Selhurst Park can get quite noisy as well, can't it? So yeah, it was pretty cool, yeah.
But I suppose it gives you quite a good taste of what life could be like on a week in, week out basis. You've seen that now, you've experienced what the atmosphere can be like, the spotlight was on you. Is that something that you, having had that experience now, keep in the back of your mind and work hard to get towards again?
Definitely, I'm really ambitious. I'd say that's like my main trait. You know, I want to get as high as I can in the game, you know, as quickly as possible, and achieve everything I can. But yeah, definitely experiencing that. But we experience that now. You know, we experience atmosphere every week on a Saturday, 3 o'clock. That's what it's all about, in my opinion. So, you know, but yeah, I definitely want to try and get to that level as quickly as I can.
Kev, you had a run of a few games towards the back end of last season. First replacing Micah Richards against Southampton in April. Similar sort of story for you, just proudest moment for you? So
yeah, I was still to be working ever since you're younger. Like every kid dreams to play in the Premier League, and then when you're doing it, and especially doing it for Villa, it was such a big club that I was delighted. It was just as soon as I got the shout, it was at half time, and I think he just said his knees were sore, like, or whatever. So I was just, as soon as I heard, I was buzzing. Like.
I still get told from friends of mine now in the Birmingham area about those 3 or 4 games that you played towards the back end, and you seem to make a real lasting impact on Villa supporters in particular, because the way you play, that passion and fight. And I suppose you still now get contacted by Villa fans who seem to be tracking your progress whilst you're here.
Yeah, always, especially because it's so near as well. It might be a bit different, Jace, because it's Southampton. Like it's a good bit away. Like, but literally, some of the Walsall fans support Villa as well. Like, do you know what I mean? So. No, 100% you still get contacted by a lot of them. It's all good as well, like, never really have anything negative to say.
Yeah, quite a lot of positive support. Yeah. Also represented the Republic of Ireland under 19s, on standby for under 21s recently as well. Nice to be recognised by your country.
Yeah, no, I'm delighted. Yeah, that's always, and what's one of my main aims as well, is to try get into the Ireland first team. Because that's probably one of my next biggest dream now, is to try play for the Republic. So.
John Whitney, let's move on to the gaffer. Jace, how big an influence has he been? First coming to Warsaw, but then since you've been here as well, is he what you expected?
Massive. He's been a massive influence on me. Yeah, he's been what I've expected and more, really. He's so approachable. He always gives me little things to work on and stuff. And to be honest, I think our personalities, about being coming off, is quite similar as well. So it's great to be working with him and Dean. Yeah, he's been a real big influence on me since coming in, and like I said before, you know, when I came here, he was probably the main reason why I came. I really could see that he was going to show that belief in me, and he has, you know. I haven't missed a minute, so credit to him for that, you know.
Kev, same sort of story for you. When you've got a former defender in John Whitney as the manager, Dean Holden and his backroom staff, another former Warsaw defender as well, can that help to give you a few tips and hints on how to
100%. They've both literally been massive, and they're the type of managers and coaches that you want to play for as well. Like, even they know how to have a laugh, but when it comes down to the work and the proper stuff, they know how to get everything done as well. They're proper professionals, so no, it's good. Look,
I want to rattle through a few fan questions because I know we're running out of time. Link Davis asks, with you both coming from Premier League clubs although Villa are obviously now a Championship club. What do you think of the setup here at Walsall in terms of facilities, training ground, travel, and most importantly, the media here at the club? I'll throw that out to either of you.
It's brilliant. You know, I think it's a really nice sort of cosy training ground. You know, it's like sort of quite tight and together, and it's good like that. And the media, I don't know, I'm not sure about the media. Yeah, struggling.
They need to get someone else to tell me about
Sort
it.
their haircuts out.
Yeah, cheers. Away to Jace, to you. Who would make your Walsall five-a-side team? I know it's a difficult one to put you on the spot with, but current players who
You'd have Oz Toomer. You'd have Oz Toomer in there, definitely. I call Kieran Morris Vita Bix.
Yeah.
That's trending at the moment. So yeah, I'd have him in there as well.
Trending.
Who else do I have? You need a bit of steel in the middle, so I have Joey Edwards in the middle.
Decent.
Um,
That throw yourself in there.
Nah. I'd have Big Kev at the back. You just lump it forward. And Amma up top.
Decent.
Yeah.
I want to get to this question before we have to finish. Rob Harvey asks, Kev Toner, if the backroom staff and players had a Royal Rumble, who would win and why? We got into quite a debate about this one, so you can let us know your thoughts.
The background, so none of the players then.
Let's include all the players and all the staff in a Royal Rumble. Who wins and why?
No, Jay, he's definitely not up there.
No,
Knocked out first round, gone.
He's throwing me out.
Now, I reckon it's between Matty,
P.
Ozzy, and the gaffer.
Yeah, you wouldn't really want to get in the middle of those three, would you?
No, it'll be a solid scrap.
Big apologies to all the fans that did send their questions in. We're just running out of time. Jace, Kev, thank you ever so much for joining me on Saddlers TV. Commentary on Saturday. Hope to see you there. If not, join us next time on Saddlers TV.